When you change your physiology inherently because of the linkage to the central nervous system and the limbic system, it's obviously going to change your mood. So you're going to feel better if you change your physiology by connecting with your body.
This is going to look different to everybody, but what I usually recommend to clients and what I'm going to recommend to everybody here is just start gaining the ability to be quiet, to sit in silence. Hey everybody, it's Bianca.
And it's Emilia.
Welcome to another episode of Evolve Ventures, where we are helping growth-minded humans evolve by breaking one limiting belief at a time. We hope you enjoyed the last episode, number 236, How to Live a Life You Love. For today, number 237, Motivation Monday, do this more often to feel better. One of the things that you and I get told so often with our clients is, I just want my life to feel better. There's too much going on. I'm overstimulated by everything. I feel like I don't have a sense of control over all of the different things and everything I'm trying to juggle. And I know that you and I have very, very intimately gone through this in our own regard of how do you navigate and juggle all of the different things that you have, and how do you do that without burning yourself down, without burning your bridges, without really just self-destructing in the process. And what we're going to be diving into today is a couple of the biggest things that we've implemented in our own life. What the research shows is incredibly important to be able to feel better and do more and do all of the things that you need to do. And how do you do that consistently? So what we're going to be diving into today is meditation, quiet, and connection with the body. These are three of the biggest tools that I've implemented in my own life that have made such a huge difference. There's so much stimulation in the world. There is so much buzzing. There's noise from every single avenue on top of everything all of us are trying to do, like having a family, raising kids, working a job, the dog, all of the at-home activity. There's just so much. And the ability to use these tools allows you to be able to be present for everything that you're doing and not self-destruct.
So important. So one of the things that I want to bring in here is, number one, what meditation looks like for you is going to be so different than the person next to you. It's going to be different than Bianca and I's experience and all of that which we bring forward today. Same thing with quiet. What quiet means to you and how that's navigated is going to make you feel better based on your unique set of experiences. And then your level of connection with your body, you're going to have your own unique version of that. And I want to encourage and celebrate to start this episode. Happy Monday, y'all, by the way. I want to encourage that uniqueness into the fold while you listen to kind of some of the things and join in on this conversation that Bianca and I have learned, that we've parsed through the research, and that we decided that we want to give y'all the opportunity and access more into based on your unique story, your unique vision of what you want for the world, and your unique Monday flavor. So with that said, B, let me ask you this real hot, quick question. What is meditation? Yes. What is this? What does this word mean to you? So that we can provide a little bit of context. Like, how do you define whether or not you've done a meditation, and why is your answer embedded in the way that it is based on the research that you're aware of?
Honestly, these all kind of go hand in hand for me. I mean, connection with the body is a little bit different, but the way that I do this and the way that I've told clients to do it is well, that wasn't your original question. The question was, what is the definition of it?
Yeah. How do you qualify whether or not you did a meditation that's going to be restorative and actually help you feel better? Is it the qualifying factor that you feel better? And is that instantly, or is it, afterwards within 2 minutes? Like, help give context for you.
Well, I think it depends on what I'm trying to do meditation for. So let's say that, actually, I'll give you a perfect example. In the middle of the day, so my day is really structured from 6 a.m. to noon, and then 1 p.m. to like 7:30, and then I go to the gym after that. So my working hours are from 6 to 12, and then 1 to 7 or 7:30, depending on how late our meetings go. In that middle block time period is where I will do that meditation, because in that time period, I need like a solid hour to just decompress, to unplug from everything, and to just nurture my body and my mind in that moment. So what I'll do is I have a yoga mat over there. I will, if I'm wearing comfortable clothes that are like flexible, I'll just go over there and I'll like stretch out a little bit. If I'm not, then I'll change and I'll put like shorts on or something. I'll go over there. So I'll stretch out a little bit, so the connection with the body, and I don't have anything playing. I might have meditation music on if I'm like not buzzing like crazy. But so I'll literally just in silence, total silence, I will go over there, I'll stretch out a little bit just to like calm my nervous system down. And then what I'll do is I will do a meditation where I'll actually put like meditation music on, and I'll just lay on my back and close my eyes, and one hand is always on my heart and the other one is on my stomach, and I'm just breathing through and trying to kind of navigate through whatever thoughts come up. That is so restorative for me. That's what I need in that moment. Now, in the morning, I also do a meditation. That one's a little bit different. That one is a very structured meditation to help me visualize my future and what I'm playing for. And it's a gratitude and like manifestation visualization meditation. So there's more structure to it. This is going to your point. This is going to look different to everybody. But what I usually recommend to clients, and what I'm going to recommend to everybody here, is just start gaining the ability to be quiet, to sit in silence. Most of my clients can't do it. They struggle significantly because if they're not stimulated by things going on outside, they have to be on their phone. Right. Most of us are like this. Most of us are like this because we struggle not being plugged in, because our brain, it's so ingrained in our world. So learn to be able to just be silent. 1 minute, start there. Then do 2 minutes, then 5. What that's going to do is it's going to calm your body down. So you're not always feeling like go, 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 go. And that's going to allow you to feel better, to be able to show up for the things that you need to show up for, to be there for your family, to be there for your kids, to be there for your job. Yeah. Because if not, you're always going to be on that like pressure cooker. And then what happens? Psst, it's going to steam out and you're going to lose your marbles.
You're going to lose your marbles.
Lose your marbles.
So I want to bring in a word, restoration, restorative. So that's kind of the feeling that I personally put it to scale to try to ask different people when I'm helping them in this arena, like what restores you? We all have heard of the R&R, but we'll usually do like rest and recovery that replaces those R&Rs, right? When we're not feeling that great, most of us want R&R. Could be looking like, I don't know, sitting on the couch with your feet up. Maybe you've been standing on your feet all day from your job, and maybe that's the couch at the office that's elevated, right? So instead of rest and relaxation, while I do think that those are really important when it comes to making you feel better, especially around how you go about navigating meditation, how you go about getting your own unique quiet, and how you uniquely connect to your body, I want to encourage restoration, i.e., restoring your energy centers, really coming in as one of the biggest R's. The second biggest R is relief. Because ultimately what ends up happening, whether it's cognitive, whether it's emotional, whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual, we end up getting overwhelmed, burnt out, and we start to edge ourselves to an area where we don't feel that great. And feeling is a byproduct of mood, physiology, all of these things, neurocognitive functions that we're doing throughout our day, and different stressors that are coming into our life. So what I want to share in this episode is encouraging our listeners to look at R&R a little bit differently. What is going to be restorative and what is going to give you relief? Could be relief for the right now. It could be relief for the long term. For me, I would really encourage people to consider some of the research around the quiet bee. I love what you said about like how you do that in silence. There's also some research that has built upon other research, like back in 2020, around bird songs. When you get quiet and you can listen to like 6 minutes of just a little bit of background bird singing, chirping, whatever, there's so much data that actually supports that neurocognitively, you actually have quicker rates of restoration and relief, which is really interesting because a lot of people wouldn't tie those two together. But that's what's fascinating, because what might be quiet in your house, you might hear, or your office building or whatever, you might still hear a little bit of buzz around you. And sometimes we forget how important that buzz can be for us, including the bird songs, including, I don't know, the wisping of the wind, right? Quiet is always going to be helpful. And sometimes we don't understand how helpful. Meditation for you, what is it that is going to encourage relief and restoration? And you can notice by really those energy stores that get you kind of like filled up after you're doing it. It's not just the feeling, right? I feel better, but it's, do you feel restored? Do you feel like you have a little bit of relief to be able to carry into the next day, into the next chapter, into the next meeting? That's huge. And then connecting with your body. Stretching is always huge because you're reducing that strain physiologically. And when you're reducing your physiological pain or stress, whatever you've endured throughout the day, maybe it's your back hurts because you've been sitting in meetings all day. Maybe it's, like I said, your feet are sore because you've been standing all day. Like whatever that is, when you change your physiology inherently because of the linkage to the central nervous system and the limbic system, it's obviously going to change your mood. So you're going to feel better if you change your physiology by connecting with your body. And if you want to do cartwheels in between meetings, you do you. However, not doing something for your body is not fair, because your body needs that, your mind needs that, and every single part of you needs to feel better here and there.
Yeah. I think the final takeaway for this is the permission slip needed to do this. I think so many of us feel guilty taking time away and taking a minute to be with ourselves and to be quiet, to go for a walk, to stretch out a little bit, to not be responsive to everyone and everything in our lives, because we have messages of you always have to be on and you're not productive if you're not, and whatever the BS narratives are that are out there. What is the permission slip that you need to allow yourself to feel better, so that you can show up for the things that matter to you? We just did an entire Out of the Mud on self-care. If you're not taking care of you, you cannot be there for anyone else in your life. So giving yourself that permission slip to be selfish, to take that couple of minutes just for you, so that then you can serve everyone else in your life the way you want to.
I was coming home from South Carolina, and I was in the car and I was pumping out WhatsApp messages that I haven't gotten to, that like were sitting in my inbox for like 3 months. And I felt better after I pumped those out, because of the fact that I really wanted to make sure that they got the energy that I really wanted to make sure that they got. So there was a couple of people that I sent audios to that how I wanted to navigate that communication was from a place of energy abundance. And over the last couple of months, the way in which my life was, I really couldn't do that and honor myself at the same time throughout the last couple of months. And I think that permission slip that I had granted myself in that car ride, it was like, oh my goodness, thank goodness this has finally gotten done, because it's not like we don't all have needs and wants to be able to get to whatever it is that we care about. And it just because you're not getting to it doesn't mean that you don't care about it. It's a matter of you need to take care of you first. And kind of like the flight attendant said, like, you got to put on that oxygen mask before you put it on anyone. Like, that is the fundamental key here. If you're not feeling better, that ends up spiraling down. And so you need to have some simple tools, some simple tricks, some simple strategies to cope with the challenge of your day-to-day. And ask yourself, what are your go-tos? Because when you don't have that, you're just going to burn out. You're going to get overwhelmed, burnt out, and then it's going to stack up. And then it starts to create really unhealthy narratives about yourself. You teach your body that it's not worth it to invest in connecting with. You teach your mind that it's not worth it to give it space and let those thoughts kind of pour out. You teach your soul that it's not worth listening to. And that compounded over time just really ends up in some nasty water. So we want to encourage you on this Monday to not do that, and to encourage you to do some of these things to make you feel better, because that's important too.
Episode suggestion. Also, I want to clarify, you weren't texting and driving, right? You were like in the car with someone else driving.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Okay. Exactly. So I don't, absolutely, no texting and driving. Thank you for clarifying. I am someone, luckily in the Tesla, there's like an audio, like you press a button on the steering wheel and it audios. It's
nice.
Freaking amazing. Yeah. So there is no texting and driving.
We're not advocating texting and driving to increase productivity here.
No, absolutely not. No. And that wouldn't even be remotely considered if there weren't stops along the way where the car was parked. So thank you for clarifying that.
I know you meant that. I just wanted to make sure we said that.
Yeah, so important. Please don't text and drive, people.
Now, what is your episode suggestion?
All right, my episode suggestion for all of you that are stopped with your cars, if you're in a car or if you're walking and you happen to be entering into the street, not looking at your phone, right? Pause. And then click. Once everyone's stopped, then click on this next episode, which is number 221, Motivation Monday again. But this is an easy way to improve your mood. So we actually focus in on the mood, which is the emotional, physiological components. And we bring that into that episode, which is short and sweet. And that will help you if you need a quick booster. So there it is. Bianca, what is your final episode suggestion and takeaway?
I think I'm good with the final takeaway that I gave, the permission slip. Episode suggestion is number 100, the wellness pill. All right, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Happy Monday. Go crush your week, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.